Today's segment of Oh Brother is sponsored by Beham Text. Stay in the know about what's happening in Birmingham and be the first to find out about great deals with Beham Text. For a demo, text BHAM to 839-863.
So southern, they'll get up for you for nothing. Take this, brother.
Well, you know, we got this hot chocolate here. Amazingly still warm since Monday.
We've been drinking it all week long, this hot chocolate.
It's making me a little sleepier.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month.
Is that,
get up, get up, get up, cash your checks and get up.
Is that Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's classic.
Wake up early in the morning.
I used to know like all the words.
You and Dr. Roan did.
Me and Dr. Roan, we could sing some Bone Thugs.
Well, it is Sunday here on Oh Brother. People, if you didn't know, if you just woke up, if you've been like in a coma and you woke up and you're listening to this, you might be interested to know you are listening to Oh Brother, which is the best radio show not on the radio. Not yet. That's right, yeah. And will we record these segments where?
At the Brandon Brown and the Country Western Delight Studios.
That's exactly right.
Of course. That's a mouthful, by the way. Say that twice fast.
That's not easy.
Right,
I'm not even going to try to say it once.
Say it.
The Brandon Brown and the Country Western Delight Studios.
Twice, I said.
The Brandon Brown Country Western Delight Studios. Gets a little tough. Gets a little tough there. The Brandon Brown and the Country Western Delight Studios.
Yeah.
So listen, it's a podcast, and you can listen to it via iTunes or a couple of ways. Also, straight through our website, which is obrotherradio.com, and through YouTube. Yeah, we actually have a YouTube channel now that Will has put together some little videos, just the audio, but he's put together some funny videos to watch while you're very cute. And that's at youtube.com/Oh Brother Radio. And people will listen real quickly before we get to listener mail, which is what we do every Sunday. I just want to remind everyone this is the last day of Facebook fan page week. Now what we're doing is we're trying to get our Facebook fan number from 434, which is what it was at the beginning of the week, all the way up to over 500. And in order for that to happen, we need you, the listener, to become a fan of Oh Brother on Facebook, and also to suggest the fan page to your Facebook friends. So there you go. Help us get to over 500 fans by the end of this week. Well, it's Sunday, which means it's time to answer listener mail. People have emailed us at our email address, which is obrotherradio@gmail.com. Here's the first bit of listener mail this week. Katie commented on the Facebook fan page and said, quote, "Why is the show only 10 minutes? ? I feel like it should be longer." That's what she said.
Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation.
Indeed. "I need more Oh Brother in my life. 10 minutes a day is not cutting it! ! Well, who could blame Katie? It is a really good program.
Yeah, I get this question a lot. And here's the thing, people. We're just not that entertaining.
No.
We've got about 10 minutes a day in us.
That's about it.
And then it just kind of starts winding down.
After that, what we start doing? We start listing different types of vegetables.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just talk about them. We just talk about
zucchini.
Yeah, that's one of my, and just squash in general. Okra, now it's kind of hairy. Okra is a little bit.
Is that hair on the okra?
Well, let's talk about this later. Will. Yeah. All right. Well, what's the next piece of listener mail?
Okay. Erin wrote in to say that she was disappointed. Excuse him.
I'll guarantee you, he is now disappointed that you have referred to him as a she.
Erin. This female, Erin wrote in to say that he was disappointed that there were no longer any download links on obrotherradio.com, so he had no way to put segments onto his MP3 player without getting iTunes.
Which he had no interest in doing.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it by the way he said MP3 player.
Yeah, he doesn't have an iPod.
What's wrong with this girl?
One thing is he's got a penis, or she's got a penis. That's weird. Yeah, listen, I don't know what Aaron's problem is with iTunes, but he doesn't want to deal with it. Listen, good news. I heard what Aaron said. I have now started, in case you need them, from now on, there will once again be download links at obrotherradio.com, so that if you don't have iTunes but you want to download it and put it on your computer, put it on your MP3 player, you can do so through the website.
But I just got to say, Aaron, real quick, you need get on your pink little bike and ride down to the Apple store and get an iPod or an iPhone.
Get with it.
Yeah, because it's the greatest thing ever, and iTunes is fantastic.
Even if you don't want those things, at least just get iTunes on your computer.
you
You should
go.
have it. All right. Well, next, Sarah wrote in with a question about the soccer playing fish. We talked about this last week and asked, how does the fish keep the soccer ball underwater? I wrote her back with an answer. She wrote back, said that actually she was just kidding. So it was. I felt bad. I thought she had a sincere question.
You didn't get his joke. Sarah's.
Sarah, I did not. I did not. Well, what's the next piece of gender bending?
Okay, Bill
email.
Murray wrote in and said that his
Big
favorite,
fan of the show.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
And likes to write us letters. He wrote in to say his favorite SNL commercial was the one for the Love Toilet with Kevin Nealon. With the two toilets like connected where you can hold your partner's hand.
Who was the woman? Victoria Jackson maybe was in that one?
Possibly, yeah.
If you'll recall, Will, last week when Josh, the door guy, was on the show and just did really poorly, I was disappointed. Josh did so bad.
Awful, Josh.
When we had Last Man Standing and y'all are trying to name cast members from Saturday Night Live, he bowed out so quickly we had to spend the next 6 minutes of the segment just remembering funny commercials from Saturday Night Live. Bill Murray, who of course used to be a cast member, said that his favorite was the Love Toilet.
Yep.
Next, Will Allen wrote in with a few additions. Remember last week we counted down 5 good ways to die on the final countdown?
Sure.
Allen wrote in with a few suggestions to add to that, which included lying on the grill at Dreamland or at Johnny Ray's, which I got to say.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Well, I
Reed.
think here's
you
where
and I
he's
both
going.
worked at Johnny Ray's.
Yeah.
Maybe because it smells good.
I think that's what he's saying. I don't think anyone would really want to be grilled to death, or maybe Allen would. I don't know. But I do think if you were going to be on your way out, smelling all that delicious grilled barbecue would not be, and there are worse ways to go, I suppose.
Go visit our good friends at Johnny Ray's in the Colony.
That's right, yeah.
Tell them old brother sent you.
Because who now is the...
Shantae. Shantae is the new owner there.
Yeah. Well, what's the next piece?
Okay, Betsy commented on the same segment saying, obviously in your sleep, but I hear that drowning is quite pleasant.
And we actually covered that.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Captain Obvious, Betsy. We already talked about that.
I wonder if Betsy listened to the segment and then commented. Surely not. Surely she wrote this before.
She went on to say that she used to jerk awake when her kids were young, thinking that someone would stab them in the head with an ice pick or kidnap them and make them sex slaves in Barbados. Okay, Betsy,
Wow.
what's wrong with you?
Betsy. Well, here's what I didn't include here, Will. She actually went on then to say that when her kids were young, she used to worry about that, and now she's not so sure that wouldn't be okay with her. Because they're giving her a hard time, I guess, these kids.
Oh, Betsy.
Oh, Betsy. Betsy was a guest on Oh Brother one time.
She was.
Yeah. Will, next, Buster wrote in about Joshua Richards' appearance on the show saying, quote, I want more details. That's a perplexing
does
bit
that
of
mean?
listener mail. I'm not positive. I wrote back to Buster and said, you're going to have to give me more details about what your question is. I need more details about your question about details.
And no
because
further correspondence?
No. So, I don't know what else to make of that.
All right. Well, Nicole wrote in and submitted a misconnection that she had seen in the Los Angeles Craigslist.
Did you read
posting.
this?
No, I didn't. Pretty good.
It was one of the weirder things I've ever seen.
It was titled East Coast Sweater Man and was quite strange.
Quite strange.
Sweater Man.
I'm trying to remember now details of it. It was one of those things that was so weird. I can't even.
Sweater Man, not like a shirtless guy with a hair sweater. No, hairy
No,
chest.
I think it was somebody wearing a sweater.
Okay.
It was weird. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, well, last piece of listener mail. But thanks to Nicole, by the way, for submitting that. People don't forget, if you see funny things that you think we should talk about on the show or use in a future segment, you should email them to us at obrotherradio@gmail.com. Finally, Curtis, dedicated listener.
Sure.
He was listening in his car earlier today and sent me a message asking. He has noticed that just recently here we have started talking about how Oh Brother is recorded at the Brandon Brown and the Country Western Delight Studios.
Correct,
he said, have
yeah.
y'all got a new studio? Why have y'all? What's the deal? Will, what's the deal? Why do we call this the Brandon Brown and the Country Western Delight Studios?
Before the money started rolling.